Listen, number two, we're getting to the number two reason why individuals feel surrounded by people but still alone. Number two was that you can have interaction without intimacy. I love what they say about intimacy. Intimacy sounds like into me you see, if you get the wordplay. it's like it's just like John Cena. Your time is up, my time is now. If y'all grew up on WWE, you know what we talking about, all right? But no, let's get into this because there was a study, I believe the study is 2024, 2025, that showed majority of individuals don't feel connected because intimacy is connection. They don't feel that through day-to-day interactions. Now I feel like I got something right here in my eye. What they're really saying was the correlation between the amount of time spent socializing versus the amount or the depth, how deep the connection is, they weren't synonymous. Meaning that just because you had 10 conversations doesn't mean you had 10 connections. And when we say connections, that means you guys synced up like Wi-Fi. If you know Erica Badu and I think it was Dram or Dram, however you say it. He's from the beach, Virginia Beach. Shout out to y'all people, I guess. They got a good song called Wi-Fi. Free plug for them, I guess. But no, that's the biggest thing. So what they were saying was bonding, socialization, closeness, whether or not those interactions were emotionally meaningful had nothing to do with time and everything to do with experience. It had nothing to do with time and everything to do with experience. That's why you can go on the, like me, I'm a cruise head. You can go on the cruise and meet your cruise bay, and for those 2 days or 3 days, that week, you think you found a love. You in a Disney movie, all right? You on Lifetime. and you talking to him, like, damn, you actually get me. Why? Experience. Experience. But on the other hand, you can be around people for a week. You can be around people pretty much every day of your life, and you're like, I don't really feel no connection. That's why there's a really good book called The Speed of Trust. And what it talks about when it comes to interaction versus intimacy is that new experiences, novel experiences, doing with something with someone immediately creates intimacy, especially if both parties have never done it before. That's why if you ever been to like an art museum or a new location when you're traveling or whatever it is, whoever you do that with, you feel closer. Because one, from a scientific standpoint, the chemicals that's going off in your brains when you're both experiencing something new, every time you think about that experience, the association is linked to what you guys did together. It's like you guys opened up a whole new world in Sims and you architect it together. Because we don't see the world the way the world is, we see the world the way we are. And when you're with someone new and you're doing a new activity, you guys are literally building it together, like Inception. When Leonardo DiCaprio took Homegirl and he showed her how to build the world, how to manipulate it, that's exactly what it's like when you're doing something new with somebody you just met. Or somebody you knew, but you guys are in a new environment that's unfamiliar. So the biggest thing is, I love this, there was this quote that comes to mind, that in absence of clearly defined goals, we become strangely loyal to daily trivia, meaning the routines. There's nothing wrong with structure, there's nothing wrong with having a foundation, but life is spontaneous. That's why I want to live by my ideas and not by a clock. Having that clock, that calendar is great for coordinating with other people, but when this your time, and you want to block out that time, you should be all the way in with your ideas. all the way in with your imagination. Spontaneous. Let your intuition guide you. To me, that's really what it is. When I see that people are having a lot of interactions but no intimacy, to me, that means they're just in the habit. And their habits are taking them away from the adventure that they're looking for. And an adventure doesn't have to be a new destination. It could be a new devotion. The devotion part, see, devotion and discipline are two different things. Discipline is when you're being pulled, when you're being pushed to do something. Man, I gotta be disciplined. Man, I gotta be disciplined. Man, I gotta be militant. Discipline's a little militant. Man, I gotta be on my stuff. That's like an external consequence driving your behavior. But when you're devoted, wow. Devoted has an emotional context to it. Man, I'm devoted. Hey man, let me do my devotions today. That's you falling in love with an idea. That's you getting pulled by your heart, inside out. So I think a better question for us to ask ourselves is not how many new interactions can I have today, but what ideas am I in love with? And what people are in love with those same ideas? Or if you have a partner or a longtime friend, maybe it's you guys talking to each other, talking with one another and saying, what idea can we build together? I think that's a great friendship. Hopefully that added value to you guys. My name is Omar, bringing you the opportunity. And right now we're building better rooms. And we're looking for new faces so we can all go to some new places. Because I know we got crypto. I know we got meme coin, beam coin, triple coin, whatever coin, you know, all these currencies. But nothing's going to beat collaboration. Nothing's going to beat having the people. If there's no people, there's no power. And I love what Stefan said from Yes Theory. He said that I don't have any strangers. Strangers are just friends we haven't made yet. And I live my life that way. So if this brought value to you, follow the page, check out the school group, check out the website with the Mansion of Success, because we have a multitude of rooms, and we love adding value to people that want to grow. Because we're a firm believer, if we want a bigger life, we gotta be bigger people. And you can't grow alone.